Good evening. It is currently 8:55. I'm doing like a coffee with CRIS. Except because it's so late, I'm drinking tea, but I also finished it. Um, it is really dark in here. I have the flash on my phone on. This is the best we're gonna get today. I really just wanted to film this first episode. I wanted to make a podcast style video, and this is that. And I kind of just want to get it over with. So here I am filming it tonight so I can try to get it posted for tomorrow and kind of do this ever so often. I just knew I wasn't going to do it tomorrow, so I want to get it done today. Yeah, what's up? How do we feel about a podcast style video? Coffee with CRIS. I did a little bit of that on my TikTok for some time where I just spoke while I drank a coffee. Let me pretend to. My favorite mug, yes. That was awkward. Ooh. I just want to talk because I feel like I post boring vlogs and I want to talk. I don't know, I like talking. Let's start with some bodybuilding stuff. Tomorrow is check-in day. I am pretty excited, if I'm being honest. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be up in weight. Last Friday I don't ever talk about weight and numbers usually so specifically, but last Friday I was 131.8. I'm sure I'm going to be up. I'm not going to lie. Am I happy with the number? No. Am I happy with the way I look? Yes, when it's not a bodybuilder point of view. When I look at my body as a normal human being, I'm like, holy shit, you look great. You look phenomenal. No, you're looking rather thick. Then yeah, yeah, I look great. When I think about bodybuilding, I'm like, oh my god, I'm way too thick. It's gonna be a drag. I need a cleanup phase. I need to eat less. My lines are invisible. And that's just normal, if I'm being honest. As much as I wish it wasn't, it is. But I'm not too mad with the way I look. What else in terms of the bodybuilding world? Plans for next type of season, I'm not really sure. I've been kind of just cruising, following plans, because I don't really want to compete at the beginning of next year, or I don't want to start prep in January. I feel like I need to grow. To each their own with their opinion of how long an off season should be and time between shows, yada yada yada, and what they think is best for someone else. I personally want to get my hormones in check first, kind of do a little more growing, enjoy a little more freedom. I don't know though, we'll see. I always talk about bodybuilding stuff, so I kind of want to move away from that a little bit. I have 3 questions that I got on my Insta that I wanted to answer. One of them had bodybuilding involved, so I'm like, bodybuilding is always going to be included in everything I talk about, so let me just talk about other things that are not bodybuilding. That'll just come into play on its own. So what did I really want to talk about that I was like, I'm going to film? Life update. Guys, I was unemployed for damn near 7 months since I moved up from where I used to live. I because it was an hour drive of a move, I wasn't going to work at my old front desk job. It just didn't really make sense. It's not my passion, not my career. And I got a job, finally. They called me back. Yay. Now I'm a personal trainer, and I start my full-time in the next after next week. So exciting. I'm doing the training at a different location for the next 3 days next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then After that, I'm pretty much full time at my location. Um, and I'm like so stinking nervous, y'all. I'm excited, obviously, but you know, I haven't worked a real job, and like, it's a little bit class based, like 2 to 5 ish people, and it's not something I'm really used to, but I think, everything happens for a reason, and it's a learning experience, and I'm just excited. So I'm not, like, I'm a little nervous, but I'm not tripping over that right now. What else is new? I think that was the biggest thing that was really holding me down, the last few months. Like, it has caused me so much stress. I feel like you would feel that too. I have a coach to pay, I have bills to pay, and I was not making any type of money. So thankfully, this place called me back, and here we are now. And because it's a full time job, this is my first full time job, first of all. Crazy. Um, I'm not saying that I'm going to put content aside, but it's definitely just not as fulfilling as working like a real job. And I online coach, but there's something about community and like a team that I just thrive under rather than working for myself, which some people are entrepreneurs, want to work for themselves, you know, business owners. I get that, and that's great for some people. It's not the the truth for a lot of people. I hope this mic works, by the way, because if it's not, then this is stupid. Let's see. Okay. So, like I was saying, like, that's just not the case for everybody. I work better either managing or managed by someone, I feel. So it's just like, you know, to each their own. And every day, even though I'm not doing my personal training yet, like the days that I've been training at my location, just doing some other front desk work and like around the club stuff, like I have come home so tired but so fulfilled in my work day. And I can't imagine what it's going to be like when I actually do my personal training and I get to come home at the end of the day and be like, wow, today was like actually really successful. It's just a whole new feeling that I'm so excited for. And if I can be a lazy fuck for the last 6 months, I can grind for a year and be fine. Like, I had my year of rest and relaxation. So I think it's just time to grind, and I might be burnt out, but I know I can do it because I just had 6 months of doing literally absolutely nothing. Not that I didn't do anything, but you know, no real like obligations. Um, what else? That is like the biggest thing that I think I just wanted to talk about, and I'm just so happy, y'all. I literally cry. Um, Damn, I don't even know what's going on. Uh, the gym, bodybuilding, you see? The gym's been great, I've been training really, really hard. I've definitely gotten stronger, super happy. Um, Food, girl, I've been eating. Don't get me wrong, the weight shows that I've been eating, going up every so often. Um, Not drastic, but I'm the heaviest I've ever been, ever. But like I said, I feel like I look good with not bodybuilding eyes. Like, to the normal eye, I'm like, dang, I look good. Um, I have my cheat meals on the weekend. I have one, maybe two. Just enjoy a sweet thing too. Like, it's nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. I'm having like three different whatever. I don't really feel like I want to explain myself, because I feel very judged sometimes, even though I'm probably not being judged. It's just like, this is what works best for me, like enjoying food. Um, I'd say I'm pretty on track though, most of the time. So that's why also I'm not too mad, because last year was a completely different story and I'm just better. it's always about bettering yourself at the end of the day. So I feel like I've gotten so much better, and especially my relationship with food. I have not crashed out for a minute. I did like a few months ago, and like probably a few weeks ago. I don't know. It's more like last year it was like a meltdown every day when it came to food. This time around, I've had like 3, 4 in the last few months, so that's better than what it used to be. Um, I'm trying to better some of my habits. I journal every day, but I'm trying to get back into dream journaling, moon cycle journaling, along with my regular journaling. Um, Easy meditation. I'm trying to get back into that too. The two things that are so ingrained into my routine are journaling at the end of the day, just about my day, and then in the morning I pray. Oh my god, that sounds so weird to say. I have not really talked about it, but I have an app on my phone called Glorify that I it gives me a quote, it gives me a reading, like a verse reading, and then like I think it's called devotion and a prayer. And then after I do those, it only takes like 5ish minutes. After that, I do my own prayer. And yeah, I guess spirituality. We can talk about spirituality. I wouldn't really consider myself Christian. I think I was baptized and confirmed and all those things that happen Catholically. I've done it Catholically. Does that make sense? Um, and so I I've never been in church like that, but I had made it a point on my 2025 bingo list to go to church. And I've been so many times since the first day I went. I think I went sometime in March for the first time. And then I went every few Sundays. And after April, I think it turned into like every Sunday, whether it's online or in person. And it's different churches because I'm really trying to find my home. And I found one place, but I moved, so it's been a struggle to like go in person to other places. I've just been going to their online services, and I love it. But I really want a place that I can go to, and work at, do some type of service, actually partake in the lifestyle. So actually, last Sunday, most recent Sunday, I went to a church a few minutes from my house, and I really loved it. Or I liked it. I had to leave a little early. I had work. But I'm planning on going again on this Sunday, and I'm not going to stop attending the online services. They always put out the messages a few days after Sunday, so I'm still going to be attending those and watching those. But up in regards to like a place to actually go to, I think this might be a spot. I'm gonna go this week, see how that goes. Maybe give it a chance, see how I like it. Keep going, keep doing work. Yeah. Um, yeah, I guess religion is not really something I talk about because I don't know if I'm ready. Like, I think I was in the middle of saying, like, I wouldn't really consider myself a Catholic, even though I've Catholically done everything that it is to be considered a Catholic. Um, I'm not I would not call myself a Christian yet, except I'm doing everything right now in my power to like not become a Christian, I guess, but like understand. I don't know if that sounds weird, but I'm trying to like learn. Just, I don't want the light. Like, it's like in my face. But if I turn it off, it's too dark. But, yeah, I'm doing very Christian things, and I still don't believe that I deserve the title of a Christian. Not that I don't deserve it, but I'm not ready for that title yet. And, Yeah, this is the first time I've ever felt like I've spoken about Christianity for what it is, like Christian God. Yeah, so that's a work in progress. I still love like crystals and like moon journaling, dream journaling, meditation. Like I said, crystals. Um, I think I'm at a crossroad where like Christians or like godly people don't believe in that type of stuff, which is fair. But it's not something that I want to let go of necessarily, and I don't know how those two things can coincide when one goes against the other. Yeah, it's a work in progress, like I said. Um, some other things that are not like bodybuilding. Dang, those are like the biggest two things. I got a job in that. I don't know, y'all. Um, I guess like my time, like people, my time management, like because of this new work schedule, I'm like adjusting. Oh my god, it's only been 16 minutes. Look at that. This episode might be literally 30 minutes because I cannot keep talking. Crazy. Um, but I'm trying to make time for people because I just know it's so important and I really want to, but I'm learning to adjust to my work schedule. There'll come a time where I'll be a lot better with making plans, hanging out with friends, making time for family, stuff like that. But I made a friend here in town, which is exciting. Have we hung out in a minute? Sorry, G, if you're watching this, but you know, it's been such a just meeting someone in the flesh, like for the first time. Like I was baffled that I was in front of a bodybuilder in my town, and then my friend slept over the other day. It was great. I'm so excited to go see Ashley, bro. Um, she slept over. I'm sleeping over to go see her compete at the end of the month, and I'm just trying to pour a lot of my love into my family and friends. My grandparents are staying with us for a bit, and making time to speak to them and discuss and be in the same room and not just isolate myself in my room and like say hello, goodbye. Like I try to sit there, joke, talk, ask about their day. They ask me about my day. I communicate. Like I feel like that's common decency, basic. But you don't really. I feel like some people don't really. Sometimes some people don't do that, and to each their own. I'm just trying to be better. Not better than anybody, just better than who I used to be. I think a big elephant in the room that I don't really talk about much is that like um I've been going through a breakup. And like the whole God thing, like I don't really talk about it. It's just something that slips in and I walk over it and give little detail, but April, my partner and I decided to cut things off, and it was kind of like on and off for a month or two. It was pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie. I was in prep, mind you. Um yes. And here we are today, like we're not together. And yeah, that's been like a thing of its own that I've been dealing with. Again, I'm just trying to get better every day, pouring my energy into others that I love, my family, my friends, and into myself. And yeah, uh, actually, that reminds me that I'm also pouring love into myself. And I am thinking about going back to school. I can't believe that this is something that I wanted to talk about, and I can't believe I forgot, and that triggered that. Yeah, I guess it triggered it because it's like, how do you make time? for people, like for a partner. I'm not looking to date. Don't ask me. Like anyone was gonna ask me, but with my new full-time job, like I already feel like I don't have time for like my friend. So it's like, how am I gonna make time for a man? Crazy. But I think that being single right now is definitely beneficial. Like, I'll forever like gratitude to the person I was with, always, and like nothing but the best for them. But I'm still healing. But in terms of like, I'm on to like not better things. I'm on to new things like with the school. So I'm so excited to take some time and learn. Like, I'm really excited. I'm thinking about going back to school for management, um, and a minor in some type of art so that I can just keep the work ethic up. I love art as a whole, and I don't create a lot of art on my own. It's definitely I need like guidance. And if I go back to school, like, I can minor in art, I'll still have that, like, it won't be like pressure work. It'll be nice, fun, lighthearted, but I still got to do the work. I got to get the grade, right? But I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's, I guess, that the cat's out of the bag. I have not told the internet at all. Now I am. Now y'all know. But only like a few people are going to watch this. I'm sure of it. So the fact that if you see this and you know I'm going to school, or I'm thinking about going back to school, because I haven't said it on my TikTok or anything, because I just don't want the pressure of like everyone like, oh my God, you're going to go back to school? Because what if I don't? That's fine. That, like, it's fine if I don't, but I wouldn't want to like expose myself and be like, oh yeah, so I'm not doing that. And the only people that really knew were like my three good friends, my best friends, I would say, my three best friends. This guy who's like my mentor types, I would call him my friend. But like my mentor really at heart is what he is. He was the one that was kind of like pushing me. So I took it into consideration, and you know what, fuck it. Like, he made a lot of good points, and so he knows. Obviously my mom knows, my dad knows now. I told him I didn't want to, just because I didn't want the pressure of the internet. Is literally my dad, because my dad would be like, oh, when are you gonna get on that? And I'm like, I said maybe, so let's calm down. But he knows now. My ex-partner knows. I think that is it. Now, whoever is watching this, you know that I'm thinking about going back to school. Like I said, yeah, it's not too far from my house, so I do like in person. I think it's also just good for me to like meet people and socialize after 6 months of not. So I'm hoping that I get to go back in May or January. I think it's January, springtime, because I took a tour and I sent all my transfer information and stuff like that. So I'm kind of just waiting back to see if I get accepted, I guess. And yeah. Oh, another thing that I didn't talk about is I worked at Spirit for like 4 days. I applied to Spirit because I realized that they were open. It was a little late and the whole process got delayed. And although I only worked a few days, I met some really amazing girls. I had so much fun on my shifts that I did work. Although it wasn't many, I had so much fun. And again, in the whole satisfaction and of like actual labor, actual work, which might sound crazy to some people, but I felt so much fulfillment at the end of the day. I was drained, but fulfillment is just filled my heart. I couldn't, like, I don't know how to explain it. Just talking to all the customers, especially at a store like Spirit, is very much my vibe. I worked at Zoomies once. You know the environment, the people, the store aesthetic, you might say, like, spirit. It was just it was truly perfect for me to work there, and I definitely would consider working there again, come next season. Even one of the managers works at Hot Topic, and because Spirit and Hot Topic are like under the same, I think they're the same owners, I don't know, something like that. But she was saying that she was hiring people at her store, Hot Topic, and I was like, wait a minute. So I've considered working part-time there, like a weekend and a weekday, but I really want to juggle school first. So yeah, that's like some information about what the hell has been going on in my life personally, um outside of like per se bodybuilding and like fitness. Yeah. I want to read. I got I posted cuz I want to do like segments, but I don't really know how to go about it. I posted on my story saying I wanted to do a podcast style thing and that send me questions, at least for my first one. I don't know if I'll do this every time I make a video, but just to get the ball rolling, because look, we're only at 26 minutes and I have nothing else to say, so this is actually pretty beneficial. I just don't remember when I posted it, so bear with me. I remember one of them was like, what are your hottest takes? But I want to see first. Okay, it definitely was not this far along. You guys, and also like I have this mic, so I was like, I want to be fancy and use this mic. Here I am. Shoot. What the heck? Hold on, please. Oh gosh. Found it. So I got 3. Thank you to the 3 people that responded. First, let's do the bodybuilding ones. I have a light over here, but it's like starting to fade out. Sorry if the quality progressively gets like worse. Favorite aspect of prep versus improvement season. Okay, my favorite aspect of prep, just like anybody else, is like how cool it is to be so lean. Everyone's like, holy shit. And it's just like seeing the work that you did in your off season, like that shit's dope. To an extent, sometimes you get tired of it. Like I felt you start to feel really small and like not really good, honestly. But there's a point in time where you're like, this shit's dope. So yeah. But also how creative you get with your food. Like why was I putting cinnamon powder on my mahi mahi? Right. So I was literally going insane. But it's fun. Like that is like such a unique way to live life. And I love looking back at my TikToks and seeing that and being like, what the fuck was I doing? And it's like me like, guys, air fry your mahi mahi, put cinnamon powder on it, it's super good. And I'm like, yeah, right, okay. So it's just fun looking back at those like little videos that I've made. Yeah, it's like a journal, like a diary, virtual diary, pretty much. Favorite aspect of improvement season is that like pressure is gone of like having to be perfect. You still have that pressure because you're in your off season. You look so different. You're eating more food. Obviously, it gets to your head, but like I love food. If I could be in off season for the rest of my life, I would. No, it's just like I get to have a cookie if I want a cookie. Like my grandma's making me breakfast tomorrow because I want a good Dominican breakfast, and I just told her, I was like, make me something, girl. And I think that's my favorite aspect too, is just like in the culture, like one thing about them is they want to feed the hell out of you. So being able to be like, oh, can you make me breakfast, and it actually bringing joy to my grandma's face is like, oh. And like, she cooked chicken today, like, I don't know if y'all know, but like pollo guisado, like con hueso, like all of that, like chicken thigh. And I had one today. That shit was mad good. But like being able to do that and like them be so appreciative of it is just great. Um, yeah. And then the same person asked mentality post show slash post pro card. I made a video about this on TikTok, just like I did in fact get my pro card back in July at NPC Universe. It was my second year doing that show, second season ever. And like deep down, I don't know. Like maybe I manifested it. I didn't know if I was going to get it, but like low key deep down inside, I was like, this, it's mine. I have so many journal entries from that, from those months where I was like, it's go time, it's my card, blah, 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 blah. And post show, I'm not gonna lie, I came in second. I'm a second place pro card holder, which does not knock down my hard work, obviously, but there was a little bit of discourse like a few months ago about second place winners and just how many pro cards are given out, blah 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 blah. And I made a video talking about how I truly felt, because I had never said that, hey, I actually feel really bad about getting second place and winning my pro card. And not that I wasn't deserving of it, it's just like I wasn't first. And I'm sure a lot of people can understand that. And I'm very proud of what it took for me to get there. You know, like I had gone through so much. Like I said, the breakup, I moved, no job. It was a lot. And I'm really proud that the pro card was the outcome of that. But what if it wasn't, you know? That's not the case for a lot of people that go through a lot of stuff and don't get their pro cards or don't place the way they want to place. All I can say is that it was hard to accept that I had to get second in order to get my pro card, but I couldn't be prouder. Like, I'm so happy with the outcome of the prep, and how hard it was and to get the pro card. Was I happy with the second place? Not 100% sure. I even remember telling my mom the first year I did NPC Universe, I placed seventh, and I was crying, probably because I lost, quote unquote, but because I felt like I had found a calling. Like I was like, oh, I'm doing this again. I'm gonna get that card. But I told her in that moment, I was like, it's crazy that I'm bawling and crying right now and I'm feeling sad and motivated, but watch. I told her, I was like, when I get my pro card, it's going to feel like nothing. It's going to be anticlimactic is the word I'm looking for. And it was. I got my pro card. Now what? On to the next. So it's tough. Am I happy? Of course. But like truly, what the hell is next? Keep it rolling, you know? There's only up from here. It doesn't stop. There's a word for that too. It's just like you're on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. Keep it going. Like you're never gonna be satisfied. That's just the hard truth of it. And I'm not saying that I'm not happy. I'm just saying that I'm not done. You know, I have to get on a pro stage next. So that I guess some more difficulty with it is like I don't really feel like an athlete in my off season. I don't feel like a pro. Sometimes I don't make pro athlete choices, and it gets to me because I feel like I don't deserve it, like maybe some other people do. But you can't. Comparison is a thief of joy, and you just can't compare yourself. You gotta live your own life. It's hard. Like I'm trying to unlearn that, but take it day by day, make your own decisions, and be confident in those decisions. And if you're not, learn from those decisions. And I think I'm on the right track to doing that. I'm not perfect. I've made some bad decisions, but I'm just taking it day by day, learning and growing. I hope that answered those questions. That might have been really sucky. And then the visual has just gotten so much suckier. One of the last question I got that was not bodybuilding is your hottest takes. I don't know. I don't really have hot takes like that. I have bodybuilding ones and then I have like normal people ones, I guess. Some bodybuilding hot takes. I guess bodybuilding's not for everyone. Like prepping is not for everyone, and like this life is just not for everyone. Like not everyone has to bodybuild. It's cool, I guess, like if you want to do it once, but it's not even. Sometimes you don't even have to. I don't really know. I never want to like make no one feel like they shouldn't be able to bodybuild, but it's tough. Like you have to have grit. I mean, I don't think I had grit when I first started. You learn as you do it, so I feel like maybe people can learn when they do it, but there's something deep down that sometimes you know if it's for you, sometimes you know if it's not. Hot take. Shoot, I'm trying to think of like a normal people hot take. I've said hot takes before. I'm sure of it on TikTok. Hot take is that pineapple belongs on pizza. I don't know. I love pineapple on pizza. On a meat lover especially. Whew. And then I just recently had black olives on my pizza. So stinking good. Can you hear my stomach? Holy. I'm not hungry. It's just like, dang, it's making weird noises. Another hot take. I can't think any off the top of my head right now. I feel silly. Hot take. Being an influencer is not all that. I think some people are meant to, just like bodybuilding. Like some people are meant to bodybuild, some people are not. Some people are meant to be influencers, some are not. Like as much as I would want to be an influencer because that shit's easy. Because hot take, low key influencing is easy. If you like it, it's easy. It's not my favorite thing on earth. That's why it's not so easy for me. And that's why I'm not good at it. And maybe it's not my life goal, like that's why having a physical job is so much more rewarding, and that's okay. Hot take. Is that a hot take? I don't know. I'm literally trying to think of other things and I just like cannot for the life of me. Hot take. Sheesh. I don't know. Give me your hottest takes. If you watched this far, 38 minutes and 23 seconds in, let me know if you have any hot takes. I'd like to know, and I'd like to see if I agree with you or not. Maybe I'll talk about them in my next Coffee with Chris. It's gonna be stupid to call this Coffee with Chris. I don't know. I'm hoping to do this like earlier next time. I just want to get this ball rolling. But I've been trying to not post so much. I also just don't have, not that I don't have the time or motivation or ideas. It's just like I'm so engulfed in my routine that like I don't have time to pull out a camera, and that's okay. But I do the same thing every day, guys. I eat 5 meals. I eat 5 or 6. I eat 6 meals a day. I train. Now I'm working. I don't have time to just pull out my phone. Like I do, but I just choose not to sometimes. Cause I want to enjoy what I'm doing. Not everything needs to be filmed, I guess. I've also stopped posting so much on Insta. I have so many photos in my camera roll that I want to post in a dump, but I get so hyper fixated on like the perfect carousel, then an image that I originally loved starts like to look hideous, or like it just doesn't feel as special. So I've kept those things in my camera roll private, and I love it. I love going to my camera roll and seeing it. But I want to be like, oh my God, guys, look at this, and show you and show the world. But it just doesn't feel as special. Yeah. So that's kind of like where I'm at with like posting on socials, as I tell you all my business on YouTube in a podcast style video. But I think this is just more like low-key therapy. I go to therapy, but this is fun. Like, I feel like I had a good time letting you know. And like a lot of people on my TikTok, like, not fans, I don't even want to say fans, but people that support me and like watch me and like really engage with my stuff, like, are just the sweetest people. And it really like brightens my lights up my heart. And it's not like the whole fulfillment with the job thing. Like, not that those comments don't fulfill me. I don't want comments to be the root of my fulfillment. That's just, I feel like that's toxic. It can become toxic. But the love I get on my TikTok from some people, it's crazy. Like, I cannot believe how actually interested some people are in what I have to say, what I do. And it makes me want to show you more, because people say they're inspired by me, and like whether I feel like that's true or not, you know, it's just like, wow, like I can make a difference. I just want to be cool, and I want people to get a vibe, get an energy from me that makes them want to go out and do something and be something. And that shit's fun. So, you know, here I am posting when I can. When I don't, it's because I'm living my life, and I hope that you're living yours too. Don't just do shit for a camera, do it for yourself. And yeah. LOL. I think 42 minutes is good for today. I guess this is just a little life update. You know, new job, addressing the elephant in the room. I'm single. And school, considering going back to school, just making my life so much busier, but I love it nonetheless, truly. I thrive under pressure, I think, subconsciously, as much as I don't like it. I'm just someone that's very filled with OCD, and when things are so schedule heavy like that, I think I just work better. And it helps that I have meal times. You know, it's like there's so much structure. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But yeah, if you want to see anything else out of me, like, let me know in the comments, y'all. Like, what you want me to talk about, what type of segments should I have. Yeah. I was gonna tell you what book I'm reading, but I don't know if that's something you care. Like, tell me the segments you want. Like, I watch Emergency Intercom. I love media of the week type of thing. Yeah, just let me know, and I'll try to provide. So I hope you enjoyed the first episode of Coffee with CRIS, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Tell me if you did. Goodbye.